What do you... Or what?
Actually, shut the...
It has to...
Sorry, boss.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Again.
Good one, Titus.
We...
Didn't they...
You're pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But...
No.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy.
keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you, too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this.
His all-muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's genuine. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Like what? About fucking time.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
The fuck are you talking about? Gun? No one's gonna let you wave a gun around here.
Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent. You're probably right. The others are only there for filler. To make the gun thing pop.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't... The law.
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
For God's sake, stop shouting! They're not going to give you anything. Can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat. Of course it concerns...
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight in my...
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why I am not
You could be Liz. You could be anything.
even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an
Oh, hello, dear. There you are.
Can I help you?
The door is still nothing. This door can only be opened. Still, this door can only be opened. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as
Right to work!
you see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf.
Is this about the questions?
Reality? You mean?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15. Yeah, that's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. So I guess, like, I don't know what we're in Frit as mankind.
What will her essay prompt be?
In a good place.
I mean, science, I don't know. Look,
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands
when ordinary people take over. Yeah, it happened like fifth.
Our government?
Or do you mean something cool?
behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been... The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts to produce. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Gislet. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule? Good. Please.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeat.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder. Now, can you please still no. Received. I will register.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of...
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name... One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces...
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Yes, I am alive. I am 70. I work as a repeater at the East End. As for me, well...
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk.
That's why she does.
Now, please tell. Good. Proceed.
Don't worry.
Fortress Act. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. The filament slides out of its glowing nest. Your flashlight slides over some of the writing. This old fire diagram for summoning some time forgotten. The whole thing resembles. The bear's eyes are dead and empty. A thick layer of coal dust covers the... A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind. Inside, a secret room. Seems like an old... It means there are... This is a good find.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? I'm listening. Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems.
That's understandable.
They certainly took their work very seriously. The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the... Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, in the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The dice is black and filled with little...
Anything else? Good. I hope it clarified things. Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. I think I have just the right one for you.
Police colors.
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice... Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it. Mr. Smooth Moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it?
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
Tiles on the cube are like a smooth draw. The speaker comes.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Good. Proceed.
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Men like this only respect two things: strength and fear.
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not good.
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he saves face.
Past the monument, down there. The Green Temple. Now leave me the fuck alone, okay?
This screen found A to Z, contemporain. This is the one he pointed to, the green lorry. The glass on the side windows is tinted and cut. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside, the door is locked. The handle looks shiny, with a key or a tool. Good thing you have one. This screen found A to Z, contemporain. This screen found A to Z, pry bar in hand. You take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk looks like the window might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your approach.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
This screen found A to Z, pry bar in hand. Looks like the This screen found A to Z, pry bar in hand. This screen found a pry bar in hand. This screen found A to Z, pry bar. This screen found A to Z. With a firm grip, you raise the pry bar. A glint of light catching on the tip. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. Release your secrets, lorry cabin. The window shatters and droplets of glass. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long. One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue. The actress is draped in a sheathed dress. One of her shoulders bared. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography. Lest she wasted away in a drug den called The Door to the River, not far from here on Boogie Street. The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the peculiar frequency tableau indicates that at least 120 unclear. For contacting an entire fleet of lorries, for example. This must be the nerve center of a... Not without the dial key, no. The ghostly actresses and the rusty tool. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around, but one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper adds extra grip. Matching one of the footprints found from the crime scene, which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. Looks like it, yes. You've identified the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys had anything to do with the drug trade? You should probably still talk to them, see what they've got to say for themselves. The movie stars are still smiling from the metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of... It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes. You close the rusty old lorry door.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble? Still better than me, I guess. Told you there's plenty of others who'd tell on her. But is she in trouble? It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her? Damn. I always warned her to watch herself. Maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can. Oh, you know. Tommy Lahom's gonna be a...
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Tommy Lahom was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
It's more him. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts...
Whoa! What else? Silent Communion. That's good. Dang, that's some great shit.
Did you?
No matter. Great verse is like that sometimes. Ephemeral. Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop. They're more often in the fists than rhymes, see?
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist.
Well, you've given me some hope, I guess.
You found some common ground with this man. even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a... If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time. No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does. I have a weakness for animals. You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see. Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare? Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all the corruption? That's how he's done it. Fantastic, of course. I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a verm. How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Oh. So very, very helpful. And how is that going? Do you have any leads on that gun? Did he now? Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway.
Perhaps he is.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up until then, is there anything I can help you with? This reality.
Yes, an experimental side case.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective. A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead. Ask.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby.
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. Aren't...
She refers to your corresponding.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once.
A brief spike of longing in a...
This place used to be a province. A workers' resort before the city. Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats, and it's not really a sea, it's the... Yes. We're on an island in...
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities. Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smooth...
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value and to humanity at large.
Revachol? Revachol is what? The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory.
History detective. They built this city to resolve the nations of the Occident, or migrant world, in the DeLorean century. 380 years. They say it's where the terrible questions of our... By that I mean conflicts. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people, in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world build.
Silence. The water, the light. There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need.
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown. These are unimportant times, detective. For the big time, the revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40...
She's not gloating. It's...
Oh, and the anarchists, too. They shot...
She likes the totality of it.
Indeed. They piled them in mass... Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves? Yes. The Insulindian deluge. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. Yes, King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it, him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. They didn't win so much as survive.
We. She's one of them. Of course.
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral. The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper,
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is, at least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
A devout man of the center. Hard to come by. It's good to have someone who takes a moderate approach to head shooting. The turn of the century revolution. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat. a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in it made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism from Revachol and Grad. Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. Why? You and I, officer.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. A city-state divided into free market.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill.
The zone of control is the third incarnation, modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Time flies. The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s. Welcome to reality, baby.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova, this raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. We could have had so much more. Good question.
No, her first.
And I asked you, past-less detective of the Citizens Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you? So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with the technology 50 years ago? A poor remedy for prion disease. That was the attitude of most of the more moderate Indo tribe. Kupri, Resplendent, both gone now. Those that survive mended their ways. They are what they are. Who knows? Anyway, enough sentimentality.
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer. She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
I am the vilest of the vile. I am an ultra. An ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal. From the revolution. It's, not the moderate kind. Haven't you heard? I am a nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. One of those who... We surrendered the nation to financier pirates. No sane person identified...
In her green eyes you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
I do hope so. I do hope we're able to remain collegial despite it all. Tell me, when the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, with due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinaise a monument to the efficacy of its artillery, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinaise, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake, then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isla down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity.
You're no dummy yourself.
A smart boy getting smarter. One basic term of reality at a time. Yes, I suppose I am. But yes, whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now, shall we return? A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? Ah, this is the pier or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. This one used to be 8 to 10, mostly the urban middle class side. Splat, splat. Wonderful. The girl in the old lady rags. Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of... Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green. All right. What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
And what would that be?
She lets out an unrestrained...
Nothing. It's just, true, that's all. The uniforms.
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabbit. To his left, his partner, Emil. Yes, he lost his mind, Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. We always do.
You? You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary... Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM... Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. They called it the international zone, because... So, permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
A strange coldness comes over you. It's on the tip of your tongue. A doubt of sorts, already in your...
Glad to have been of assistance. The little...
Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there. But oh yeah, look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't. A little. You make money. You got gills, baby. Got those black... It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer. Can't say that. You shook him. You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that. Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shake 'em. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Are you rich? Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? The Gart man has set himself up one of those self-replicating money structures. You should learn from it. Don't play the victim. Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's right, 100%. Fucking arm tax is almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol. Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and their indirect 98% of all your money. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired? Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? It doesn't really matter, and I do apologize.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask...
She's trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tells you otherwise.
I've kept my eye on the communers. Even tried to get to know one. It's a mystery I'm already invested in. Which one of them, if any, could organize such a complex operation? Okay. I thank you for sharing that much with me. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this...
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as a